evaluation the first week?
Pretty good. I mean, the first week stuff, you have a lot of installation. So there's a lot of young guys that are still trying to get caught up and figure out what's going on out here on the field on both sides of the ball, and then combine them together. It's tricky. And then 2 of the days you'd have pads. So, it's really an introduction week. But I love the energy the guys have had out here on the field, the intensity they've brought, the work ethic. They've kept that level of intensity throughout practice, which I've been pretty pleased with.
With a guy like Chris Jones, high expectations going into the season, but it's his first spring practice. How do you handle a spring practice for him?
For us, we evaluate every single detail. One is he improving technically and all that stuff as a player? Talent will take you a little ways, but, eventually, he did a lot of things that were bad last year. He made some plays because he has some talent. If he wants to be a great player, you got to be technically sound in everything that you do. And, that's the opportunity to learn this. I've seen guys really take some guys that need that technical work that you really see their fundamentals starting to come through. That's the biggest part to me that I want to see out of people.
Jeff said in the first 2 days he may have been thinking too much about those technique and didn't let his personality take over and succeed. Did you see that too, and how do you balance it?
The first couple days when that pads on too, so you're really thinking about all that stuff. But it's the balance. This is the time of year you want to do that. And game day, you can't be thinking about anything. You got to go make plays. But what you have to do is be able to find that balance back and forth, that you're continually improving technically as a player, knowing what to do, know how to do it, know why you're doing it. Those are important things, especially with how fast things go out there on the field.
What are some of the? It seems like he's taken ownership, not just of the offense, but even the entire team.
Well, he's got to be a leader for us. He's a leader. A quarterback's got to be the leader on offense. And, I think now he's been here for a while, understands what we're trying to do, understands the game, has played in a bunch of games. I think that this is where you see him starting to make that adjustment from learning to being comfortable in the offense, and I think you're really starting to see that.
What are some of the bullet points, Dan, so they can retain this when they come back for fall camp in August?
It's tough. Right now you're looking at this. The biggest one even right now is retaining what we're going to do Tuesday. They got 72 hours off before we install anything else, so they have 72 hours to digest and know what's going on. One of the things you want to do is you're always looking. There's all different types of learning going out on the field. You have the older guys that are really learning how to master their techniques, disguise. They're in grad school level of football out here. Then you have younger guys that are just, in remedial, and they're just trying to figure out what's going on. But what you want to do, the key is that everybody takes what they've learned, whether it be in your assignment, in your technique, in all of in both of those things, and you never take a step backwards. So when you finish spring, you're at a certain level. When you come back in the fall, you're there or better, and then you're continually improving to get higher, and you figure out how to become a great player.